Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Kevin T. Robertson, CEO of Speaker Focus, on the world's #1 platform for speaker marketing, here with my business partner, Auston Troyer, ready to answer these questions on the Monday group Q&A call. Let's jump right into it. If anybody has any questions, please use the raise hand feature and we'll be sure to get right to you. Use the chat room if you'd like to drop your questions in, or you can just go live with KTR right now, answer your questions about growing and building your speaker business. I hope everybody had an outstanding weekend. I got another health reminder today that sometimes when you fall off the wagon, you got to get right back on, and you got to make some things happen for yourself. Sometimes we all lose focus as we are going down the road of, figuring out what it is that we got to do to lose more weight and get more focus and, take our lives to a whole nother level. All of that stuff has an impact. I definitely felt a little sluggish this morning, but it only takes one call to turn your whole day around. And I got that one call today, and then I enjoyed the rest of the afternoon, out under the pergola, just kind of chilling on the patio, and took the rest of my calls outside today so I could get out of the office. The weather's definitely warming up. This time of the year is, you see the trees are budding, and there's a lot of wonderful things that are happening in the world. So let's get into how to grow your speaker business. Anybody have any questions? Let me know. If you have some things that you don't understand, if you got some things that you need to discuss, this is what we're here for. Here to put some things on your mind to grow your speaker business. Let me see. I see Munya. I believe Tina Marie has her hand up, and ladies always go first around here. So we're gonna require Miss Tina Marie. Unmute Tina Marie. You're on live with KTR.
Hi, KTR.
How are you, Miss Tina Marie?
I am wonderful, absolutely wonderful. The question that I have is, can you talk about strategies, how to eradicate getting out of your own way or out of your own head?
How to get out of your own head.
Or getting out of your own way when building our speaker business.
Okay. So could you be a little bit more specific about getting out of your own way? What do you mean? You're talking about
when you put it like we have the modules to go through. Sometimes we're not even completely finished, say with module 1 or 2, and we want to jump to 5 already. And we get in our own way. We know what to do, so to speak, about maybe putting together our signature programs, which is not the easiest thing to do.
Definitely not.
We're blocking ourselves. Because I know for me, in my personal experience, and with you coaching me through it, there are a lot of times I was in my own way. I would have the right answer, but go a whole different route, so to speak. What are some strategies to eradicate getting out of your own way, or overthinking is a better term?
Yeah, well, a lot of times what we do is you end up overthinking it because you don't want to stick to the plan. And the blueprint is all laid out there for you to do what it is you need to do, and we still don't follow it. So what I would say to you is this. It's easy to say, I'm going to get out of my own way. It's easy to say that. I'm just logging back into my MacBook now. But it's easy to say I want to get out of my own way. But on the other hand, people are still doing it every single day. Every single day, Okay. Am I still there? Yeah, I'm still here. All right. So I had to log off of my phone. Sorry about that. Tina, can you still hear me?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right, I just wanted to make sure. So the key is this. Making sure that this is a reoccurring thing that comes up all the time on the coaching platform of people overanalyzing things for assignments. When you start even booking speaking engagements, you start overthinking what the conference coordinator wants you to do. Instead of sticking to your guns and delivering the expertise that you're hired to deliver, you want to start delivering things outside of that. You know, you could say you're doing too much. Yeah, it's a lot of people that's doing too much. It's a lot of you are not just getting in your own way, you're second guessing your expertise. I mean, I'm talking things that you done busted your ass to work hard for 20, 30 years, and we still got people second guessing themselves. So why is that? Because we all are very fractionated with our self-esteem. You got 75% of our world's population has an issue with their self-esteem. Some of us don't feel good about the way we look, about the way things are going. Some of you don't feel good about the way your speaker business is going right now. That is a very normal feeling. You're supposed to feel messed up. If your speaker business isn't constructed the right way, if you got some assignments that's due, yeah, you should feel some anxiety. You don't have to feel horrible about it, but you should feel some type of way about it. Do you want to get your work done? The biggest frustration for me is I want to see all of you win so bad, but I can't do your part. I got my part to do. So I would say the biggest thing to really get out of your own way is you got to stop with this self-deprecating talk. You know, you got to understand something about energy. When you release those vibes out into the universe, you're going to start attracting whatever you're thinking. You're going to start attracting that right back into your life. And I'm no different from you. I got my own struggles. I'm on a weight loss journey that's kicking my ass right now because I still want to go to Three Brothers and order the 55 special with a Stromboli. Okay, knowing damn well I shouldn't eat it, or I'm not supposed to have it, or it's really not the best for my blood pressure, or it's going to put on an unnecessary 5 pounds if I don't watch it over the next 2 weeks. So yeah, I got my own struggles, but one struggle that I don't have that you have, and a lot of you have on your platform, is building a successful speaker business and getting all the work done so you can have a sellable and bookable marketing package. See, I can do this shit with my eyes closed, as I help you all with all the time. That's not arrogance. That's just a fact. So if you don't have that level of skill of what I want you to do, which is building your signature programs, yet and still, you still got people getting in their own way. You know, a lot of you are just stubborn. Like, I just got to say it. A lot of you let your ego get in the way and you're stubborn. And you won't move out of your own way because you're so locked into things that you think is supposed to be a certain kind of way, and you don't want to be flexible. I have this happen to me every single day. You got to have some flexibility when you're working with the conference coordinator. You're thinking that it's supposed to go just one way, and that is not the proper mindset to have when you're a professional speaker. The conference coordinator will change scheduling on you. They will put you in another room. Sometimes you have to change up the topic. Sometimes you have a presentation that you want to do, and you got it in your head, I'm going to do this specific presentation. Well, what happens when you're like me, where I've had audio visual problems at least 50 to 100 times over the course of my career? I've showed up places where the PowerPoint presentation didn't work. I've showed up places where my memory stick didn't work and the backup memory stick didn't work. I've had issues with the screen. I've had countless issues with the LCD projector. My LCD projector, one time, one engagement, I'll never forget it. I was speaking in Barcelona, Spain, and the LCD projector had my image literally the size of the whole wall instead of just fitting it in between the screen. I didn't know what was going on. This is why you got to know your shit up here. Forget about that LCD projector. Forget about that screen. Forget about the PowerPoint presentation. Do you know your content? What do I talk about in module number 1? COC. It's KTR COC formula. Do you have command over your content? Because if you do, all of this getting in your way shit will be eliminated, Tina. You get in your way, many of us do, because we think we're smarter than the system. We're trying to reinvent the wheel. We don't want to follow the simple formulas that KTR has laid out for you. I've been through enough pain and a bunch of bullshit enough for all of you.
It's yet and still, some of you are not listening. When you send in your signature program template, you got it all out of order. You're adding shit in there that's not supposed to be added. You don't see none of this stuff in the template. Follow the system to the letter. Me and Austin could have never got to a point where we're operating a multi-million-dollar sales funnel if we did every single thing we wanted to do. You got to understand something. Marketing operates on a higher vibrational frequency, and it operates on a higher level. There's people that's smarter than you. There's a system out there that me and Austin had to follow. We didn't create it. We just improved on it in our own space. That's the best you can do. And that's what I want all of you to do. I see countless examples of that. Tina Marie, you're a shining example of that. Yeah, you was hard-headed and
I agree.
You had some, well, thank you. I appreciate it. That's the reason why you're in the position that you're in right now. And that's the reason why you got international speaking engagements coming up, and you got Barnes and Nobles coming up on your roster. I think you got your Barnes and Noble presentations coming up in April.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's the reason why you're booking speaking engagements right now, and other people are still trying to figure out what to do with their signature programs because you stop doing it your way. Listen, everybody, it really comes down to this. You didn't hire me so I could be kissing your ass the whole entire time. And so we could get around the campfire and sing Kumbaya. That's not what you hired us for. You hired us to keep you on track and let you know what the next thing is you're supposed to be working on. Now, if you don't choose, if you want to make it more difficult on yourself and keep getting in your own way, then you're just wasting your time. But I tell you this, my mom used to say a hard head makes a soft ass. So you can keep wasting your own time if you want to. I told you this before you signed up for the coaching program. It ain't nothing but some work going on over here, Speaker Focus. Your responsibility is to do the work. So, I mean, Tina, there's a lot of reasons why people get in their own way. But a lot of it just boils down to bad habits. And you don't have the habits. And Tina, you learned this definitely the hard way. Tina, remember when I told you when you first started the coaching program, I told you that you don't have the activity of a professional speaker right now?
Yes.
Like, because you just simply don't know what to do. You just weren't at that stage yet. You were still building the messaging. You were still building the sales funnel. You were still learning the CRM. You were still learning how to put your business together. So you don't, but I tell you what's your daily activity when you wake up every single day? Is it different?
Yes.
Are you managing your CRM,
Yes.
building a list, building relationships, talking to conference coordinators? You weren't doing any of that activity before.
No, because it was a new career for me. This is a whole, when you speak about, or you have spoken about on the Monday night calls prior, starting from the bottom. I was literally starting from the bottom when I came into the speaking industry.
Yep.
And I knew nothing, absolutely nothing. I can tell on myself, I knew nothing. I was green.
And there's nothing wrong with being green. But see the thing about it is, here's the difference between you and it's a lot of other speakers on our platform. All of you try hard, but a lot of people get distracted. And you, no matter how many times did I turn the fire up under your ass to get these assignments done? And Tina, one of your biggest problems that you used to have, and you still do it to me every once in a while, is that some of you don't know how to complete things on a deadline, like a writing assignment on a deadline or something like that. Just to get it to another stage. All we're doing is playing handoff. I'm handing it off to you. You're handing it off back to me so I could check your work.
Yes.
But I'm not the one sitting over there at your house doing the work. You actually got to get it back to me. Simplicity is the real key. Tina, it's like with designing your PowerPoint presentation for you, for your upcoming tour date that you have, right? I had to text you and say, Tina, please, can you send me the make a point, open up the point, make an example of the point, bring closure to the point, transition, and pivot right into the next point. I had to send you a text reminder to remind you to keep it simple instead of adding all this other stuff that you're not going to be able to put inside of your PowerPoint slides anyway. All you need is a couple of talking points on there up on every slide. That's all you need.
Exactly. And I agree. I was part of it. And that's why I came up with, that's why this question is for me, a reminder to me and for everyone else on the platform and starting out, because I'm the queen of getting in my own way. When I get into my own head, I can literally lock the prison gate, lock the prison door, and throw away the key all at the same time.
Okay, so let's use this as a learning experience. So let me ask you a question. Why do you do it to yourself? You think you're smarter than the conference coordinator?
Definitely not.
You think you're smarter than the system? Then me and
I
Austin,
am.
the busted our ass with almost 52 years worth of collective experience in
No,
marketing.
I'm definitely not smarter than the system. And
Okay,
I
then
believe in following.
So why do you take the long way to get stuff done sometimes?
Why? Because I'm like I said, like I stated, I get in my own way sometimes.
No, don't give me no.
Trying.
Don't, I already know that part.
Oh no, trying to reinvent the wheel.
There you go.
Trying to reinvent the wheel.
But that's a habit.
Yeah, and it's a habit to break, which I am proud to say that when you put me on that reminder, it was virtually a kick in the ass, for lack of better words.
Hold up. I think somebody just chimed in. That had to be Michael. I knew it was Michael that said that. Michael said, F that. She is smarter than the conference coordinator. Now,
No, I am the sub. Thank you, Michael.
Yes, Michael, all of you are subject matter experts and specialists and leaders and trusted advisors. What I meant by that is, when you first start this business, you don't know how to present yourself to the conference coordinator so you can get the money. And a quality conference coordinator is not going to take you serious until you start charging at least $5,000. See, everybody's thinking that I got to charge less. No, you should have more. You should be charging more. I see your hands up. I see Michael's hand up. I got to get the Munya first. He was after Tina. I'm going to wrap this point up with Tina. I'm going to go to Munya, and then Michael, I see you in there. I appreciate your patience. Hey, man, Michael is bad. So you can always count on Michael for a good laugh and a good something solid to the point on the group call. Now, listen, Tina, another question that I have for you. So now that's a habit. So what are you doing to correct the habit of not getting in your own way and then trying to reinvent the wheel? Why do you feel it necessary for you to reinvent the wheel for a system that you didn't create or you didn't refine, and that's not your level of expertise? Why do you still do that to yourself? Maybe somebody else is going to get something out of this.
That's the reason why I asked the question. I hope someone else gets something out of it, because I did. One of the things that I realized after that swift kick in the pants that you gave me, and it was so eloquently put in the text message, and giving me the deadline. That deadline helped by saying, no, I want it at this time. I need it at this time. I need it at this time because it's stopping something else that needs to be done. And then I actually took a step back outside of myself and said, why am I trying to reinvent something that's already been done?
It's because you...
And I doubt it. Actually, the third point that I'm making is I doubted myself. And in that split second that you doubt yourself, you're either gonna, when you doubt yourself, you're gonna destroy what you built.
Why are you doubting yourself? You're on the world's #1 platform for speaker marketing. Help people understand that. Why are you still doubting yourself? That's
because there are some, I mean, you it's the belief system. It's okay, it's right there. I am literally at the edge of going on, of having a speaking engagement that I saw months prior in my mind's eye, so to speak. Yeah. And now it's here. I'm literally at the door.
Okay. Well, let me ask you another question, Tina.
And it's a set of nerves, actually.
Okay. Set of nerves. So you don't have, when you realize you have an actual speaking engagement coming up and you have a date on your calendar, you've already accepted the deposit. You already know that you have to deliver on that speaking engagement. Now you have to get into customizing the strategies for that conference coordinator. You have to think about the theme,
yes,
the purpose, the event. Where is the event? That's what your pre-programmed question is for right there inside of the speaker toolkit. Now you got to start thinking about servicing the engagement.
Yes.
Bringing value to adding value to the conference coordinator. Yeah, you know, a lot of times your nerves jump into play, but preparation takes away all those nerves. That's the reason why you went over this training in module number 1. But some of you got to work on those habits of stop second guessing yourself and just look at the presentation, keep it really, really simple. Come up with some great talking points and then deliver the talking points to your client and add benefit language in there the entire time. Remember, if it doesn't have anything to do with key takeaway strategies, if you're not helping them achieve their desired outcomes and their learning objectives, you're talking out of your ass, and therefore you will not be hired again. I'm telling you right now, you can do that to yourself if you want. I've done it too many times. You go in there, not taking it serious, not doing the proper kind of research, not preparing the right kind of way, and you will not ever be hired again. It will be a one-off. Nothing wrong with a bunch of one-off tour dates, but one-off tour dates are not what you're looking for. You're looking for the people that want to book you time and time again. You're like Bristol Myers Squibb hired me 8 separate times. HUD in Washington, D.C. I've probably done their HUD Leadership Academy ceremony at least 15, 16 times, maybe more than that. You're looking for repeat business because you got your finger on the pulse of the client. Now, the only way to do that is somebody's got to be able to tell you, Tina, why are you overthinking it? You need to make a point. See, that's why the formula is there. You don't have to overthink it, and you don't have to create your own way. Why am I teaching you this formula? Because when you're loosey-goosey with your message,
Yes.
you're all over the place, flying by the seat of your pants. All you're going to do is crash and burn like the Hindenburg. I'm trying to tell you. Follow the formula. The greatest orators in the history of our business have kept that messaging formula on the loop. Make a point. Open up the point. Make an example of the point. Bring closure to the point. What's the last thing you got to do, Tina?
Close the point.
Close the point. After you close the point, what do you got to do? Transition and do what?
Pivot into the next.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now Tina knows about heart because she's been yelled at so many times that she's over it now. You better learn this messaging formula. All of you need to go back to module number 1. If you can't tell it to me like I just told it to you, then that means you don't know what the hell you're doing. You're not ready to get in front of somebody to have them give you a check. But I tell you this, your day is coming. All of you, your day is coming. Because when the conference coordinator or the announcer says your name, you're gonna hit this little clock countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's gonna be your time to get up. Are you gonna start talking out of your ass, or are you gonna deliver some value? Now, if you don't get it together, and this is your time, training is the time when you get it together. What are you receiving on the Speaker Focus platform? Training. Stay inside the training modules. Tina Marie, I'm not interested in your excuses. I'm not interested in you getting in your own way. I'm interested in you taking this to a whole nother level because I expect for you to perform at a very high level. You're smart enough, you're intelligent enough, and now none of these other female speakers are any better than you. You have a beautiful brand. You work hard, then go out there and get the money.
That's what I plan on doing. I just want to thank you and Austin because I was definitely, like I said, from scratch, and this is from the bottom of my heart. I am sincere. I am the human connections magnet, and I'm so grateful for the journey that I'm still on with you and Austin and Speaker Focus. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for getting me out of my own way.
You're very welcome. And every once in a while, when you do it, see, watch this. I don't have to.
And to everyone else, I'm sorry, and to everyone else on the platform, thank you so much. You guys are definitely inspiration to me.
Well, we love you back. And remember, I don't have to say things to you the same way I did when you first started this coaching program. We're on a whole nother level right now.
Thank God, yes.
And that's because you're coachable and you listen. Okay, Munya, Tina, I'll be talking to you real soon.
Have a great evening.
Okay. Okay, Munya. And then we got Michael coming up. Michael, thank you for your patience. I don't think I see anybody's hand up thus far. If I miss it,
Kevin.
Munya, what's going on, boss?
Yeah, you know, I think I wrote you an email, but now I'm good to go. So I don't
Okay,
know.
now when you say you're good to go, so you got your computer,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Okay, so and you got your email and all that stuff set up, and you gonna start sending me your homework assignments, correct?
Yeah, I need to start to register to redo because remember, 2 weeks when my computer was just flying in the air. I couldn't get it from the postal service.
Got you, got you.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
so it had messed me up. All what we had done, I was just not myself because I was behind the schedule. Now I'm a bit settled. I'm good to go. That's number one. Number two, I went through over the weekend. I went through all the voice recordings, which is packaged there. Although I'm not taking it the African way, but the African way we say experience is the best teacher. 52 years in speaking business, I could see the package, really informative material there. And
Okay,
that's exactly what people, I used to also attend conferences. That's what I was used to, wanting to hear what is the messaging there, which is actually what you hit straight to the point.
correct, correct. Thank you so much. And listen, Munya, I know that you're an educated man, and when you used to lend your subject matter expertise to conferences and things of that nature, you weren't thinking about it in the same way you're thinking about it right now, obviously, because you're trying to build a speaker business. But
Yes,
I definitely appreciate the kind words, and follow the system, brother. That's the reason why it's there. It's there so it can take away the headache that I had creating all of what you see in here comes
yes,
from years of painstaking mistakes that me and Austin have made collectively, right?
true.
Now, you know, obviously Austin has the digital marketing experience. Austin taught me everything I know about how to run a multi-million-dollar sales funnel. And I've had to learn new processes. I'm open to learning even more new processes because there's so much to growing a business, and you should be thinking about that every single day.
True.
Now, the thing is this, is that you either want to follow the system. What all of you've done is you've invested money into yourself and into this platform because you don't want to have to scratch your brain to figure it out. It's simply too hard. It's
True.
I don't like using words like impossible, but it's damn near impossible, Munya, without having somebody on a higher level who knows how to market themselves for you to learn how to do that on your own.
True.
Let me tell you something. That's the reason why I was flopping around in broke, begging, or desperation mode for the first 7 years of my speaking career. I couldn't even call myself a professional speaker. I didn't have any signature programs. You know what I was doing? Winging it,
Yeah.
doing the best I could do. I was trying to talk the conference coordinator into hiring me to speak, and that is not what you're supposed to be doing. And I realized that sometimes I come down hard on some of you, but some of you need to be, some of you like Tina needed me to come down hard on her because sometimes she wasn't listening. And then sometimes life gets in the way and you get distracted with so many other things. Sometimes I need to reach out to some of you and give you a call, shoot you a text message, send you an email. You're taking things out of order,
Yeah.
and you shouldn't be taking things out of order. Follow the system. And then a lot of times, if you're not even making time to follow the system, you say you know how many times I hear this type of stuff every day. Munya, you put your money where your mouth was. You said,
That's
hey,
true.
I want to speak. I
Yes.
want to learn how to build a speaker business. This is what I tell people all the time. Hey, are you interested in building a speaker business?
Me,
I get,
yes.
I get a
Because
fair amount of people to tell me no. Oh, then the
uh,
speaker focus isn't for you. But see, some people aren't interested in building a speaker business. They just want to speak. They just want to
yes.
talk out of their ass to their friends and their family so they can look like the big man or big woman on campus.
No. The world is waiting for us right now because of this COVID. There had been a lot of changes, so this is the opportunity to which has been created to write
Exactly.
on it.
There you go, Monia. That's what I'm talking about. This is a global business. All the pandemic did was make it possible for you to present your content on multiple platforms.
Yes.
That's all it did. It created more opportunity.
Yeah.
And you got to get ready for that opportunity by designing your messaging. Now, Monia, when are you going to be able to fill out the signature program since you have a brand new computer? Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah.
At least you don't have to worry about it going slow. So when are you going to be able to send over your signature program so I can start helping you create the messaging that you need?
I think latest by Wednesday. I just wanted to. When are you free to just go with me? I think for 5 to 10 minutes, like tomorrow, which day, which is comfortable. Then I want to do it the proper way because that day I wasn't myself.
Okay, watch this. The proper way is for you to fill out the signature program template. That is located in the speaker toolkit at the end of module number 1. It says signature program template the easy way. Once you download that, fill out that in the bio formula,
Okay.
and start filling out that document to create your headlines, topics, titles, and descriptions. All of your opening paragraphs and your bullets. Try to fill it out as best as you can and send it over to me. And then I am going to take an editing knife to it. And I'm going to tell you how they should be put together. Nobody gets it right on the first go round. Don't worry about it. Nobody gets it right. And I'll help you from there.
All right. I'll try to go through it between today and tomorrow.
Understand. KTR with all of these hour work sessions, that stuff is over. You do the work and then we can talk. I'll give you a detailed audio, video, text, voice, or a detailed email response. And then you can go to the next level. See, when I manage my relationship with students like that, then it gets them right into the next thing they're supposed to be doing. Yeah. What you think you got 5 or 10 minutes to be wasting with me on the phone, or you want to be working?
No, I want to be working because the more I just want few corrections. Then for you to just show me, and then I'll be good to go on my own.
Right, and remember, you can always send me a detailed email of the questions that you have. You can always submit a support ticket, everyone. support@speakerfocus.com. Okay. And we will give you a detailed response. You don't have to sit around and wait. This is why we got 24-hour technical and soft skill support. You don't have to sit around and wait and talk to me. Send me a question. Send me an email. Send me a text. Whatever you want to do.
All right.
The bottom line is take action.
No, the action is needed.
Monia, I'm inspired by your story. I can't wait to see your signature programs. You're an engineer, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I cannot wait to see your signature programs and how you want to go back to your country and set those conferences on fire over there. You're a very intelligent man. We're proud to have you on our platform, and I'm looking forward to helping refine your signature programs with you, and then get those out into the marketplace.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, boss. All love, Monia. Okay, Michael Towers, thank you so much for your patience. Michael is up next.
Alrighty, so to try to do this in an organized way, when you were talking about conference coordinators, I've worked with about 1,000 of them in the entertainment industry, and about 20% of them, you're right, are absolutely as sharp as it gets. What I'll tell you, the pressure from the audiovisual side is real, right? So you're on stage, Kevin, and the lights come up, and then they're going to roll your demo video, or they're going to bring your slides up, and they're going to get your mic hot. And then when those technical issues happen and that mic's not hot, or that video doesn't play, and then, right, that is the moment that the meeting planner, the conference coordinator, right, that is the kickoff for the general session, the opening plenary. And when that goes bad, it's like all those tickets that they charged and all those people that they brought there. So I say that to say, when you're a phenomenal project manager or account executive in the entertainment industry, you know, I've watched conference coordinators cry, you know, and when they know that they can trust you as a project manager, they won't stop hiring you.
Correct.
Right? So let's move into speaking, because when I was speaking at a couple of the colleges and universities back in 2014, one of the director of student activities told me that when they get together for conventions and conferences, what they always sit around and talk about is who the best speakers are, because they got to engage the students. Just like when people are paying money to get people to these conferences, they got to engage and entertain the attendees. So if you prove yourself to be entertaining, engaging, and offer value to them, they are not going to stop using you. Which is why when I hear you saying, because when I started, my story is powerful. And so I read about becoming a speaker, and it's not about you, it's about them. And you say, let it drip with, benefit and value language for them?
Benefit, absolutely. Benefit language. That's what it's all about.
Right. So when I had this idea to do it, I didn't want to hear none of that because of my story. And what I do embrace now is, because of the type of speaker that I'm going to be, that my story is important. And since I am a compelling storyteller, but there still has to be like 80% to 90% still has to be that piece. I told you when I came to Speaker Focus, the idea of being a leadership speaker initially was like, no. That's not, did I make a mistake here? That is not what I want to do at all.
Right.
And I will say that when I realized that most of us spend our waking hours at work, the ability to make an impact with mental health, since 70% of people say that their workplace impacts their mental health and contributes to it, I can make the biggest impact in the workplace. So a leadership speaker that helps leaders change workplace culture for mental health, boom, right? So if we can be speakers that drip with benefit language, then yeah, it's not a one-off. It's like we need to bring him everywhere we go, because just like in entertainment, if the conference coordinator knows Kevin just landed, I got the text, he's here, he's in town, she can breathe a sigh of relief because I know my clients are going to be entertained for 3 days.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Michael, this is what we really appreciate about your expertise being an audiovisual, working all those conferences before. You know, that's a massive amount of experience that you bring to the game, because like me, I've seen those roundtable discussions with conference coordinators, and I've been one of those speakers that didn't know how to add the value. When I was walking down the hallway, I had somebody shoo me away in the other direction because all of the meeting planners were in there talking about me, because I didn't do my job and deliver the type of message. Now you talk about a bad feeling. You're getting back on the plane with your tail tucked between your legs, between your legs. It doesn't feel good. So I also been on the other side of it, where I've had to see conference coordinators rag on other speakers. They will talk about you. This is if you don't help them do their job, you will get talked about and you will not be hired. Let's go back to something else that Michael said. These kind of insights are very valuable. So Michael had years and years and years of experience in the entertainment industry, working AV, which is audio visual. When Michael says stuff like, and I've been in the entertainment industry my whole life since I've been 5 years old. So when he says your mic is hot, that means your lavalier, your clip-on lapel to your blouse, ladies or gentlemen, your tie, or either your suit jacket or your vest, right? I prefer mine clipped on my vest. Or you're gonna have a handheld microphone, or you're gonna have the earpiece kind with the you're gonna have a little power pack clipped onto your belt or something like that. You know, you have to go to somebody like Michael, and they have to get your, you know, this is why you got to do a sound check. See, I look at this like the entertainment industry. I just don't roll up and it's my time to speak and I don't check my mic. No, when is a time when I could come and check my microphone to make sure that it's hot? You want to do that because the audiovisual guy knows that, oh, is this a really loud speaker? Is this a soft-spoken speaker? Whatever the case is, then they're gonna get your mic right. And it's an audiovisual slide in your speaker info kit that you should have in there that has all your audiovisual requirements. Right? If I'm speaking in front of a group that's larger than 20 plus people, then that means I have to have a clip-on lavalier because I want my hands free.
Kevin,
go ahead.
I will tell you too, one of the things that I can benefit us with is as we all start firing away and doing a lot of stuff is I have so many contacts across the country for, you know, being able to come up with production and doing that stuff. But all of us should own Countrymen. and our own lapels, so that the Countryman is the microphone that goes around your ear and has the skin tone color that goes along your cheek and is right at your lip, or at least the lapel that buttons your collar, because you go to the wrong conference and you're dealing with the low level AV company that's got the really cheap gear, then they're going to have the really cheap transmitter. And when you're talking about making that impact, that is going to get you hired, and yet at the recording level, your sound quality is horrible, and they can't hear you in the back of the room. So half of the room can't even hear what you're saying. You have relied on other people to transmit your message. And I got to tell you, all the flights there, everything, all of it is about the message. The keynote topic, that's the message, and the speaker is delivering the message they've written about a year out. And so get a Countryman. It's going to cost money. I know what you're to get, because there's different levels of that. You get the best equipment you can to transmit the message, and you can hand that to the sound engineer and say, I'm using my own. As Kevin knows, Prince, Michael Jackson, Bruce Springsteen, these guys have their own microphones, right?
They got their own. They got their own sound crew. They got their own microphones. That's exactly right. I used to take my own handheld on the roll with me as well as Sennheiser.
Sennheiser, the best.
Sennheiser. I used to take. I have my own lavalier. I would just tie it into the house system, because I wanted to control how my sound was whenever I was on tour. Now, this goes back to other things that you have to pay attention to as well. The unexpected stuff starts to happen. Okay. Like, for instance, you know, I was talking about you had audiovisual challenges before as a speaker, you know, even more so now, because you're dealing with even more technology. You have to log in to a StreamYard platform, or, you know, get the right kind of ID to your Zoom session. You know, what kind of conference platform, what kind of software are they using? How do you have to integrate your PowerPoint slides? Are you using audio in your PowerPoint slide? Are you integrating video? All of that stuff needs to be rehearsed and practiced prior to. You just can't think that you're going to tap into an internet connection. Do you have your own internet connection? Are you tapping into the house internet connection? Are you playing a video from YouTube that requires a internet connection, or do you have that video downloaded on your hard drive? See, all of these kind of things, I've seen it happen. Literally, presentations fall apart because people, they're not anticipating the technology. They don't know how to integrate it in there. Oh, I'm trying to get this video to play, but it won't play. Now you're having to make excuses in front of the audience. And let me tell you something. And Michael, you can attest to this as well. Anything go wrong with the sound system, they don't give a damn about the sound engineer. They're not blaming them. They're blaming you. They're blaming you for any deficiency that happens with that presentation. And for the most part, all of that comes off well if you have a sound check, if you've gone through your slides, you know your presentation. I tell all of you this: forget about the sound, forget about the audio visuals. You need to have that presentation memorized. You need to know that content, because I can't tell you how many times it happened to me where I had presentations before where the power went out. I was speaking at a resort. Now, it was a bunch of sun was coming into the room, but the power went out. No
Kevin,
power.
I've kicked the power off the wall. Nothing like 250 people looking at me when I kicked the whole joint off the wall, and I'm the one that plugged everything into the same strip. I mean, you learn as you get. Now, you've said things like this before, but again, watching, you know, you fly in a day early, right? And so you get at the hotel, and maybe you're, fortunately, I know you're the type of the speaker that's going to be in the hotel where the conference is happening.
That's right.
But you're not speaking till the next morning. So you're, you know, but Kevin Robertson, it's important to know, and Mike Towers, just from watching it, is going to go down and find the room.
Yep.
So he knows exactly where he's going. He's going to watch the stage. Is the stage active? Is there a part of the stage that's bouncing around a little bit? And that's going to cause sound issue. I'm going to stay away from that back corner of the stage. It makes a lot of noise. Are there tripping hazards? The podium.
Exactly. I need to know is it a staircase on the side of the stage? Is it a staircase in front of the stage? Because if I'm doing a keynote, I'm definitely coming off the stage. That's for now. I'm going to walk through the aisle. I'm going to walk in the front, just going back and forth, because I'm very animated when I do my presentation. All of these things you have to take into account. Preparation is going to allow you to get up there when it's showtime and they call your name. You got to be ready. And all the stuff that me and Michael are talking about right now, you may have not been thinking about this because just like I said with Tina, when she first came into the coaching on the coaching platform, she didn't have the activity of a professional speaker, but she has it now. She's booking gigs. She's getting presentations together. She's having to customize this. And once you start learning the activity of a professional speaker, then you become better at what it is that you do. That's right, Michael. Last but not least on this point, you better believe I'm going down there and opening up the conference room. If the conference room isn't open, I get the banquet or hotel catering manager or somebody to let me in that room because I need to know exactly where I'm speaking. Now, for the bigger conferences, they got it set up, obviously, days before, but I need to know if I'm doing a breakout session. Every speaker at the conference, especially the bigger ones, they all got breakout sessions. They're doing track sessions. They're doing the opening plenary session, like Michael has said before. They're doing the breakfast keynote, the luncheon keynote. It's an award ceremony sometimes. They got multiple keynotes happening at one time. Then they're doing awards banquet ceremony keynote. Sometimes they have entertainment. So you got all of this sound, lighting, all this technical stuff that's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake about it. Your speaking engagement, your keynote speech, it is an entertainment and presentation extravaganza, especially when you speak at the bigger conferences. Now, I've spoken at on a local level when high schools, and sometimes I've spoken in gymnasiums where the sound is horrible. This is the reason why you want to promote yourself to better venues, better arenas, and you won't have that problem. When you're speaking at a big conference, you got somebody like Michael there that knows what the hell they're doing with sound, and they're going to have you sounding like $1 million. That doesn't even, first of all, if you don't have adequate sound system, I'm not even coming to speak, because you will ruin your voice if you don't have the right kind of sound equipment. I've spoken before, done seminars with 200 people plus in there, no microphone. Your voice is ruined. You cannot be screaming and yelling at people the whole time. Now, their adrenaline is going, and you may want to get all loud, but that is not the way to manage your speaking career. So remember, everybody, preparation, go to sound check, go inside your room, look at how your room is going to be set up, find your head seminar table, go through your slides with your pointer on your computer the night before, and know the presentation like the back of your hand, and also print out a master workbook of the content that you're going to be sharing, and also share a workbook with everybody that's in the audience, or at least a worksheet or something, just in case something goes wrong with the power. That's what I would suggest. Michael, how about you? Any final suggestions?
No, sir, that's it. That was awesome. Thank you for the time.
Hey, man, always, likewise. Hey, listen, anybody else that has any other additional questions, I will be happy to take them. Other than that, we are going to wrap the call. I like let me see, let's lower Michael's hand.
Kevin, actually, I did want to say something about Tina Marie.
Yes.
When I did my soft promo, I saw Tina was listening. Tina was responding, and I saw it the entire time. And with every affirmation, it gassed me up and carried me. And all I could think about is our platform and the family that we have. I connected with Sean. I tried to listen to Sean today, but I was on the move. But you got something here that's kind of special. I think that I have a relationship with Tina now that is only going to evolve as we're able to carry each other into some pretty amazing careers. So, it's not just, like I said, I told you I won't use names, but have dabbled in some other faceless programs. But we got a family here, and you're doing something special. So thank you.
Thanks, boss. I really appreciate that, and I'm happy. And when we could create those opportunities to build relationships, our speakers do that all the time. The networking opportunities are endless on our platform. I like the fact that a handful of speakers on our platform was asked to speak at Espousal Online South Africa. That's the first event that they started. I was asked to hire some subject matter experts and share their expertise on that platform. So the speakers that are involved in that special project, they had to do some soft PR and all of them had to do an Instagram live. Everybody crushed their Instagram live interview, and everybody's doing what's required. You know, we got some time zone challenges. We have some emails back and forth. You know, speakers definitely have to be flexible. They understand that when you have a speaking engagement coming up, you know, you may think it's going to go a certain way in your mind, but also keep this in mind when you're dealing with people from different countries. And I've serviced over 78 plus different nationalities, and you know, people think differently than we do. They like when I say presentation, you know, people from different countries, they call a TV host a presenter, right? We don't refer to them as that in the States. But when you're dealing with different countries, the learning experience alone is really going to help you out a lot. And Michael's right. We do have a family here at Speaker Focus, and I'm glad that him and Tina are supporting each other on their Instagram lives. And you know, a lot of the things that happen like that, I didn't even know, right? So, you know, it's good that, you know, we all got to extend support, because, you know, when you get up there and start doing your thing and you want your business to grow, you want to have the confidence to make sure that you're not missing anything, knowing that I did everything I could, because I'm damn sure yelling at a lot of you with tough love, not out of disrespect, out of tough love, to make sure that you understand what's going on. I'm very passionate and I get excited about it. And, you know, this is the reason why we do the kind of business that we do. And this is the reason why we're successful the way we are, because it's not just about me and Austin. It's about everybody on our platform. They're networking, they're supporting each other, they're helping each other out, they're sharing their expertise. You know, when it comes to speaking, and it's only because I have, you know, you're talking 2,700 paid speaking engagements. I mean, countless other practice repetitions in this industry, in this space, that makes my positioning and my expertise and my advice that I give you very, very unique. I've been through it all. And I've been through so much pain in this industry. I want better for you at the earliest stages of your paid speaking career. Now, let me see. Okay, we got some more feedback coming in. Tina, with some more kind words, saying Speaker Focus is a very special place and how business is supposed to be done. Thank you so much, Tina. We feel the same way about you. We could not do it without you. We work with some of the best specialists, subject matter experts, leading authorities, trusted advisors, service providers, athletes, celebrities, entertainers, you know, high profile entrepreneurs, people that are still working 9-to-5 jobs that have exceptional skill at what they do. And all these different kind of backgrounds and different kind of genres. We're very appreciative of each and every last one of you, because for us, me and Austin had a dream of creating a unique service experience on one platform where you could learn everything about your speaker business, and that you would get an authentic movement with a family-like atmosphere, but a serious system of accountability. You know, listen, all I care about is you getting my homework assignments done and you putting forth the effort. And for you new speakers that just joined our platform, you know, sometimes you hear the same voices, because some of the speakers don't miss any calls. And they got just as hectic schedules as we do. But some people don't miss the Monday call because they want to know how to grow their business. And this is what this is all about. Let me see. Okay, Wayne giving a shout out. Michael made a statement about the content of our speeches, being able to speak about struggling with certain issues, because we all deal with the same. Can he speak more on that point? Give some clarity. Okay, Wayne, if Michael is still around, I think, I think Michael and Tina Marie have their hand up again.
Oh, let me
So,
put mine down. I'm sorry.
Michael, can you, I think if we hadn't, Wayne, let me know if we clarified that enough about speaking on certain issues. I think Michael went into great detail about that. Wayne, type a question back in there and let me know if that was sufficient enough. Then we'll leave it at that. If you need Michael to add a little bit more, if he's still on the line, I'll be happy to have him come back in. Let me see. Oh, Tina said, Michael, it was definitely the truth. All the speakers keep believing in yourself, Kevin and Austin. Thank you. Thank you. This is what we're here for. All right. Ayana, thank you so much. Tina, Ayana was just commenting on when we were going back and forth with, getting in your own way, especially people with busy schedules. Ayana she is a preeminent literary coach, and it's not a if, it's a disappointing when she's going to get you on the Amazon bestsellers list, because that's what she does, right? She does that at a very high level. I can't even tell you how many referrals that we've given Ayana, and she has Ayana Mills Gallows Ambrose. She just got married, so we got another name to add on to that. So Tina, sure, Tina, yeah, you can say something else. Absolutely, this is what we're here for. Tina, unmute.
I promise I won't be long. I won't be long.
It's okay. This is what we're here for.
Michael, it was an honor to be on your IG Live, but here at Speaker Focus, I am from Speaker Focus, but I'm old school from back in the day, the one-on-one coaching program. And I'm pretty proud of that, to where I've become now. And it's something that Kevin has always said from day one, from my very first coaching call, was it's we, where, it's not just I or me. He's always stressed. And then when I met Auston, he was another integral part. And meeting everybody on the platform, now that it's online and it's digital, our family has just grown, and it's simply amazing. And, I just had to say that. And to all the new people that are coming, and for the people that are not, to the people that are coming, have not arrived yet, this is a very, like you said, Michael, I agree, it's a very unique and outstanding platform that's never been done before. So I just wanted to say thank you again, and thank you for all the support that's been shown to me as well. It's appreciated.
Well, thank you so much. And Ayana also had another kind word for Miss Tina Marie. She truly empowers, looking for nothing in return. Tina Marie Rodriguez is the human connections magnet. She teaches empowerment systems that build human connections. That's what she does. And, I've been in a room with Tina before, in DC, Atlanta, LA, this is what she does. She has people gravitate over to her, and she puts a lot of hard effort into her signature programs. This is why we love doing business with people that already have an ideology and an approach. There's a specific kind of client that we like doing business with. We like to do business with people that really, really want to be a speaker. I mean, you got to be wired a certain kind of way to be a speaker. Not everybody that I talk to every day, I say, hey, listen, where do you place your speaking on the priority list? And you'd be surprised at some of the dumbass answers that I get. Real speakers speak. If you're passionate about this, and I hear it every day, God called me to speak. Okay, that may very well be the case. I hear the universe talking to me about a whole lot of things. Definitely respond to the calling, but I don't need a bunch of lip service. I get enough of that every day. Real speakers speak. And you know what real professional speakers do? They run a real speaker business. And what all of you are doing on this platform, some of you are going harder than others, but this ain't a contest. You're not a contest. You're not in a contest with each other. You're in a contest with yourself. Okay. Wayne so Wayne's trying to make this question a little bit more specific. No, Michael says something about how we can speak to corporate staff about mental health battles, because we also fight the same battles. So we can speak to those people. Wayne, do me a favor. If you can go live, talk to me. I'm not sure if I understand your question. If you could just, and then Michael, could you come on? Because I think he has a question directly addressed to you.
You got it.
Wayne, are you there? Wayne, I just hit the louder talk.
Okay, can you hear me?
I hear you. Michael, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now maybe I didn't hear it right, but when Michael was speaking, Michael, when you were speaking, you were saying something about, and I didn't catch it all, but I caught a certain part of it. It said something about we may not even realize it, that we have the ability to be able to speak to people who are in management, I think you were saying, or in leadership, or about their mental health, because they're battling mental health issues and family issues, but we can speak to those because we do the same, and we have to fight through it just to be able to go to them and speak, or something like that, if I heard you correctly.
Yeah, no, so my story is that bipolar ADHD has affected my entire life to the point where I actually got sentenced to psychiatry, or I was going to jail. Sentence recommendations were 2 years. It was up to 33 years, and I was actually sentenced to 5 years, but all of it was suspended for psychiatry. And as I picked the pieces back up from that, all of my success came from that moment. And so my story wants to be to help that person that was going to court that day, right? So when I meet Kevin and he says, no, if you want to have a business, you have to be a leadership speaker. And I'm like, no, my mission, right? I know that God gave me a calling, and that calling is to use the fact that I've overcome to help people overcome. It's pretty presumptuous to assume that God wants me to get paid to speak. Everybody tells me I need to shut up more, including my wife and my pastors. But the reality of it is that he says, be a leadership speaker. And I go, no, I want to talk to Mike Towers back in 2004. But when I thought about it, 70% of America, now in COVID, it might be close to 90%. Their jobs are contributing to their mental health issues. Suicide rates are up. Alcoholism and mental health is up. And then I meet Kevin Robertson, and I think about it, that most people spend their waking hours at work. So if I use my philosophies of servant leadership and go to leaders in workplace and say, hey, your company's sick, your company's ill, and your company's making other people ill. And if I help them make their people well, then their people will go home and make their families well, and they'll make their communities well. And in doing that, the impact that I can make is not just on Michael Towers in 2004, but the world. And Kevin Robertson did that.
I hear you. Okay, now I got it more clear. And in fact, what you said played out today with me. I was talking to a director of another agency that's a partner in the community where I work. And I was describing some things, and she said, Wayne, I've been going through that. She said, there are so many people in this whole field that are struggling right now. So there is a market. That's a market right there, because of that. Because people are struggling. And just the fact that you break through it good enough to go there and stand in front of them to talk, that means you got something to say to them. So, but thank you. I needed to hear that a little more clear just to give me some footing on that. Thank you.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Hey, that's why we all family, everybody. I appreciate, Michael, I appreciate you sharing that and clarifying that. And Wayne, always, I appreciate your participation, asking those type of questions. This is how you get better, by the way, to grow your speaker brand. You know
what? Hey, can I say this? This right now, it just like makes sense that what we do is so pertinent to where the world is right now. This world is not the warm and fuzzy place that people thought it was a few years ago. And it takes a lot of courage, strength, and stamina, and push through, and all that just to get through every day. And people need to hear something that's going to strengthen them and empower them to keep moving. And they will appreciate it if you go there and let them know that they're worth it. They will appreciate it so much.
Absolutely. And Wayne, this is the reason why, there's got to be a lot of humility when you're a speaker, but it's you also got to have a ton of confidence in what you do.
Right. Oh yeah.
You have to understand what the learning objectives are for the conference coordinator. You heard Michael said something else that was real key. I've seen conference coordinators, I've seen fights break out at conferences because somebody that was a part of the conference didn't do their job. These conference coordinators are insanely busy.
Right.
And what you have to do is, it's a lot of responsibilities, bro. That's why they're in the top 5 when it comes to stress. The conference industry is hectic, bro. So you gotta make sure you're not a prima donna speaker. You got to partner with the conference coordinator, help them do their job easier, help them look like a rock star when they get on that stage, when you get on that stage to speak, help them do whatever you can do to create a better event. Because one thing about it, I've seen people act difficult. I've seen speakers literally act difficult like this. I've been in the entertainment industry my whole life. So I've seen stars, celebrities act like little kids when they're not getting what they want. And
Right.
speakers on that ego shit, man, they act the same exact way. And I'm telling you right now, all it does is piss the conference coordinator off. When it's your turn, first of all, when you're speaking on a panel, don't go over on your time. All it does is irritate the panel moderator, and they're gonna say, hey, one of the speakers, went over, 12 minutes, 15 minutes. We have a time. When we're doing a conference, we got breakout sessions that's 35, 45 minutes. When those are over, everybody disperses, and then they go into another track session, just like it is when you're in high school. The bell rings and you got to go to something else. You got an itinerary in front of you. And speakers that don't respect the itinerary, they're not gonna last long.
Right.
You let your ego get in the way, you're not gonna last long. You don't have enough respect.
You don't have respect. Yeah.
You're not giving the conference, you're not giving the audience. Remember, the entire reason why the conference coordinator wants to hire you is because you are giving their audience key takeaway strategies, something they could take away from what you say and implement immediately. You're also helping them achieve their desired outcomes and their learning objectives. This is why I always tell you everything you're doing when it comes to the copywriting of your signature programs, because everything you do in this business boils down to creating copy. So that's why we focus on world-class copywriting skills on this platform, because everything you do, watch this. I guarantee you, I know exactly how your presentation is going to come out the way you write it. However you write it, that's how it's going to come out. So if it's written horribly, then now I know where your thoughts are. Now I know your thoughts are all over the place. You're not structured. You're not organized. But when you go to the art and science behind delivering the message, make it a point. Open up the point. Make an example of the point. Bring in closure to the point. Transition and pivot right into the next point. I mean, I don't know. If you don't have it memorized like that, then that means you don't have a formula for your message, which I didn't create it. The greatest orators in the history of our business, or you can go all the way back to Socrates. You can go all the way back to anybody who has been a great public speaker. That's the messaging formula that they use. So if you memorize it, you can say it real fast like me. Make a point, open up the point, make an example of the point, bring closure to the point, transition and pivot right into the next point. Now, if you can't say it that fast, you don't know it. So go back to module 1. And if I were you, I would copy the art and science behind delivering the message and put it up somewhere where I can memorize it. Because if you filter your message through that, every one of your bullets that you say will be polished, poised, and professional. Man, I'm simply the best you've ever seen in your entire life. Damn.
Thank you, Coach. You're the best.
I love you, man.
Love you too.
All right, brother. Okay, let me see. Okay, we got Tacey. Tacey has a question. Let me do the lower the hand. Allow to talk. Tacey, you're on with KTR. How are you? Tacey, you there?
I'm there.
Hey, Tacey, what's going on? Nice to hear you again.
Hi. I just want to say, today you haven't heard from me in a couple of months, and part of that is because fear will cripple you.
Huh.
And I've listened to everybody today, and I'm one of those kind of perfectionists that if I can't do it right, I won't do it. If I can't be consistent, I won't do it. And there's been so much going on in my life, I felt like I couldn't start. So I would come on one week and miss 2 weeks and come on another week, but even right now I'm having an anxiety attack because it's not a matter of whether or not I think I'm good. I know I'm very good at speaking, but I don't have all the stuff down that I need to have down, which is in my modulars. Getting to my modulars, every time I turn it on, I have an anxiety attack, which brings up the fear. So and at my age, and not realizing or not knowing if I've ever dealt with this type of fear, Kevin, I don't know how to handle it.
Okay. Now, let's not put that out there in the universe. It's not that
Okay.
you don't know how to handle it. You just haven't learned to cope with it yet. Okay. So now watch this. So you said, now you're going through the modules. And let me see if I understand this correct. And first of all, I appreciate you sharing this on an open platform. That says a lot about you as a person, where you want to get better, and you know, you want to get help. Tina Marie just typed in the chat box. She said, I was the queen of fear. The queen of fear. All right. And she ain't lying. See, a lot of times what'll happen, and we all been there, Tacey. What happens is fear can be dressed up and masqueraded to look like a lot of things. Sometimes it's insecurity. A lot of times people, they self-deprecate because, you know, they have a fear, they got some self-esteem issues going on, physical appearance. They don't feel like they're adequate enough. They feel like they're less than. Sometimes our mother or father says something to us. Sometimes we got some PTSD trauma. We grew up in the hood. It's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on with all of us. So now here's the question. When you step into the modules, you step into the modules and start the training, you're saying you're having anxiety about taking the training. Let me be clear about what you're asking.
Yeah, I've been signed up with you since last year. And when I first signed up, I went into modular 1, and I think I got through half of it. And ever since then, ever since our last conversation on the phone between the two of us,
right?
And you've been 100 and 200% supportive of me. And so, yeah. So every time I went to try to go back onto modular 1, man, I come out. I won't. I don't know. It could be I feel intimidated. I have no idea whatsoever.
Oh, that is one of the things. Let me tell, because I have to deal with this every day. Tacey, let me say, first of all, you're not in. I'm gonna give you an example of something just to take the pressure off of you. And then I'm gonna give you, because this is the type of stuff I used to help people with when I used to be on tour and I was teaching the particular topic. You know, how to communicate with tact, finesse, diplomacy, and skill, conflict management, resolution skills. I've taught stress management before. You know, a lot of stuff you're dealing with anxiety. So I remember the first time I went through foreclosure, right? I was real young, right? I wasn't even 25 years old. And I had ended up purchasing 4 houses like really fast, and they got out of control, and I had to let 2 of them go. Right. So the first time that I talked to the lady in the foreclosure department, you know, she started giving me my options. That's when I learned about a forbearance agreement, loan modifications, all of this kind of stuff. Right. So she says, Mr. Robertson, let me share something with you. She said, you think you're the only one in the foreclosure department? Because I was sitting there thinking, Tacey, I'm sitting here tripping. I'm like, man, they coming after me. They're gonna be knocking on my door. Like I thought the foreclosure department was like the feds. It's not that serious. Even the feds are not the feds unless you're a criminal and you're doing something real wrong. I'm not afraid of the IRS, the FBI, none of them, because you got to understand is that fear is what you make it. It's what you turn it into. So I thought I was the only one in the foreclosure department. When that lady said that to me, and she was so nice. See, you get the right person, they'll change your perspective. And your fear now, you're thinking, because it's not about you. It's not about, because a lot of us will say, oh, I feel stupid because I'm sharing this. Sometimes we feel stupid because we don't want to share. I'll tell you this. You get the right person that's willing to help you, it'll change your life. And that lady said one thing to me. She said, Mr. Robertson, what you think you're the only person that I deal with in the foreclosure department? She said, it is not that serious. She said, this is what I need you to do. Now, she told me, she walked me through how to fill out the little modification package, whatever I had to do. But that helped me out tremendously. I was so nervous because I had never been through that before. Now, let's get back to you and these signature programs and these modules. So if you're stuck in module 1, that's okay. It's been a whole
I don't feel like it's okay though. I don't feel like it's okay. It took a whole lot for me to push this raise your hand button. I don't feel like it's okay.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. Watch this. As much as I'm telling you it's okay, because I want you to relieve some pressure. Tacey, you are just like Tina Marie Rodriguez. I used to suffer from some of this. It's called perfectionism. It's a whole lot of speakers that do not want to send me their speaker video demo because they got an idea in their head about what they feel like it should look like. First of all, they don't even know what it should look like. I'm the person that tells you how the speaker video demo should look, but you don't want to send it to me because you don't want me to critique it. So now, listen to this. I know I said it to you because I said it to everybody through their onboarding process. Tacey, download the signature program template. Let me ask you this, Tacey. Have you downloaded the signature program template the easy way in the speaker toolkit and the back end of module number 1? Simple, yes or no. Don't say nothing else but those 2 words.
No.
Okay, no problem. Okay, that's on you. Okay, now, which you've admitted, okay, so you're procrastinating. What is the cause of reason why we procrastinate? Well, maybe it's the reason technology. 50% of our platform is 40 years and over, and a lot of people are still struggling with technology. You don't want to deal with it. It's here, but you know, a lot of the technology that we have, it's to make your job easier. It's to help me help you, because not all of you, I can't take 1,000 calls a day. But you can look at the video 1,000 times a day and hear me say it over and over and over again. And as detailed as I am, when I answer these questions in the Monday group call, as detailed as I am in those modules. Now, Tacey, all you got to do is, since I know you're dealing with some anxiety, and believe me when I tell you, you are not the only one. You are suffering from perfectionism. So how you deal with that is you got to employ what I call relaxed control. It doesn't have to be perfect, because nothing you do as a speaker is going to be perfect. We say way too many words in order to get them all right. All I want you to do is download the signature program template. I'll email it to you if you want me to. And then
I'll go through.
I want you to open up the document, and then I want you to go back and look at module 1, lesson 1, the messaging formula. Once you finish with the messaging formula, I want you to stop the video, and I want you to fill out the signature program template. Don't overthink the answers. Just get the creative idea out about what you want to speak about, and then follow the formula as best as possible. Send it over to me, and then let me point you in the right direction. Even if you don't have no direction, I'll help you. This is what I'm here for. You've got to learn to take it one step at a time. Tacey, the number 1 cause of procrastination is when a task is overwhelming. You feel overwhelmed right now because of some personal stuff that's going on. Things aren't going right. You're being distracted. And then on top of that, you took on the coaching program. So in other words, when you're overwhelmed and you're feeling a lot of anxiety, the first thing to do is to simplify. I used to run an organizational business. And in order for me to go in to organize somebody's house or organize their office space or whatever, the very first thing I would tell them is, the first thing you got to do in order to get organized, you got to get rid of stuff you don't need. So what is it in your life you don't need, Tacey? Talk to me. What are you holding on to that's stopping you from downloading the document and sharing your thoughts? You told me you wanted to be a speaker. And I know that you just said it to me again. You told that to me on the first call. Kevin, I know I could do this. Then the second thing you said, Kevin, but I just don't know how. You said you had taken some other kind of training or coaching. It was years and years and years that went by and you still hadn't done anything. Yet when I came along, I painted a picture for you of the step-by-step process of how I can help you get there. So you're thinking about doing too much at one time. All I want you to do is one thing right now. I don't care about nothing else. Don't think about anything else except for those signature programs. And Tacey, let me say this to you. With the exception, and I've checked thousands and thousands of signature programs going back and forth to thousands and thousands of students. Not one has ever sent it over here where it's been right. Maybe a couple people got close. Laura Erica, without a doubt, is the most gifted and skilled writer I've ever met in my life, besides me, Ramondo Thomas, and maybe 2 or 3 other people, musicians that I know personally in my life. I'm talking, it's gifted. They couldn't even get it right when they sent it over, but it was close. Everybody else struggles. You can ask anybody on here when they sent their signature programs over to me, ask them, did I approve it for the first time? And they're going to tell you, hell no. You have got to get the idea out of your head about what you want to speak about first and follow the template as best as possible. And then let me help you improve on the topics, Tacey. Am I making sense what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
You got to
Yes.
simplify. So the first thing is, remember, in my organizational business, the first thing that I told everybody is, before you can get organized, you got to get rid of clutter and mess and baggage and problems. So what you willing to get rid of so you can get your mind focused on these signature programs? What are you willing to give up to get that one assignment done?
I think that for me to do this first assignment is going to really take me, when I get off of this Zoom call, is to do it now. Because again, if I don't do it now, that anxiety is going to kick back in. And again, I'm in a place that I don't recognize. The process of hearing your voice talking to you and you telling me to do it, I know that only lasts for a little while. And so I have to catch that now. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, it makes sense. Tacey, let me ask you this, because I could clear this up for you in one session. I'm willing to do this for you because where you are. I'm gonna send you a scheduling link. I want you to schedule a session with me, and I'm gonna go back to the old one-on-one session. I'm gonna help you build your signature programs. I'm gonna at least point you in the right direction. We don't have to spend an hour on it, but I'm gonna start you off. We're gonna do a Zoom session. I'm gonna do a share screen with you. I'm gonna watch you download the document, and I'm gonna help you fill in the first signature program, create the bullets, and create the first opening paragraph. And then you're gonna know exactly what you got to do. Would that help you if I did that?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna send you a scheduling link, and you're gonna get on my calendar, and that's what we're gonna do. How about that?
Okay. And I still, when I hang up, I'm gonna go into modular 1 again.
That's fine. Yeah, get a jump start. Get a jump start, and then share that with me when we get on the session. Now, Tacey, I can tell you right now, because this new strategy that Auston has implemented for new students on the calendar is just, I'm filled up top to bottom. It may be something available towards the end of this week, probably early next week, but you possibly could find a time this week so I can get you on a calendar and we can do it.
Okay.
I'm willing to help you.
All right.
You're worth it. And you made an investment in us. And I told you I wasn't going to leave you. And because of where you are. See, listen to this carefully. And anybody else that's got this going on, because remember, anytime you're overwhelmed, the number one cause of procrastination is when people are overwhelmed, because they won't pick one thing that they need to work on. You just need to focus on one thing right now. And that is downloading the template. That is then going back, looking at lesson 1. And when it starts, when you hear my voice saying, this is how you create the headlines, topics, titles, and descriptions. This is the headline creating formula. This is when you're going to come up with 5 words. For instance, mine is leadership strategies that magnify success. You're going to decide what kind of speaker you are. Are you a leadership speaker, empowerment speaker, a specialty speaker? Then it's going to ask you, pick a word that describes what kind of speaker or what kind of presentation that you deliver. Do you give strategies? Do you use tips? Do you use pillars? Do you share keys, action steps, methods, techniques, all of this stuff? Leadership, something that. Your third word is that. That is a demonstrative pronoun. It's like a filler word. It's a connecting word. That's really all it is. Leadership strategies that. Now, Tacey, do what? Leadership strategies that do what? Mine is magnify. Now, you could say they build, they enhance, they outperform, they release, they trigger, they do whatever. Now, leadership strategies that magnify what? So what do I do for my clients every single day? Like I'm doing with you right now. I organize, I clarify, I get you to focus more on your goals and your dreams, and I make it bigger. Leadership strategies that magnify success is my mainstay headline. Tasting that what we got to do, we got to decide what kind of speaker you are. So let me ask you right now, are you a leadership speaker? Are you an empowerment speaker? Or are you more so of a specialty speaker? Like a HR, human resource, health and wellness, energy alignment specialist? Would you consider yourself a specialist?
Power.
Say it again.
You said power? Powership?
Yeah, I said empower. Either
Empowership, that's me, yes.
Leadership or empowerment. Which one?
Empowerment. And I think that that's part of my fear factor, because I do know that I empower. So why is it I can't empower myself? I face that question almost every freaking day.
Okay, Tacey, this is what we got to stop doing. We got to stop self-deprecating. Understand something about it. You're killing yourself right now, Tacey. As soon as you tell yourself, well, why can't I empower myself? The word can't shuts down possibilities and opportunity. You're suffering from possibility blindness. You listen, affirmations. You got to start with some I am statements. I need you to write I. Okay. I am a professional speaker. I am a professional speaker. I teach empowerment. Now, let me ask you this, Tacey. Do you feel like what you want to give to someone else? Do you teach? Is it a system? Is it do you teach more, or do you teach more of habits? Is it a strategy? Do you have steps? Is it some tips? Is it tools? Is it pillars? What is it that you want to teach people? Empowerment, something that. Let's fill in the blanks.
Steps. Empowerment
okay,
steps.
Let me ask this. When you say steps, like I'm breaking down the steps to create this signature program, I mean this formula for you right now. I'm breaking down the steps. Are you telling me that you're going to teach it to them like a dance step? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. These are the actual action steps that I can teach you how to do. Are you feeling that in your spirit? Is that part of your legacy that you want to leave? You want to give people action steps. Is that what you was put on this earth to do? That's what I want to know.
Empowerment, yes. Maybe the method, steps, no. I'm not sure if I would use the word step. So that
okay. That's why I'm asking you the question. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so now watch this. Talk to me. Answer me this question. We got empowerment. You know you want to empower people. And empowerment is just another word for leadership, right? Because that's what we all are at the end of the day, as leadership speakers, right? So empowerment, would you say that you want to teach people strategies? Are you going to give them the tools to build something? Are you going to teach them techniques?
I want to give them the tools and techniques that partly come from within, and to utilize what's outside in the world around them. So I think it has to start from within.
Okay, so you want people to access the resources that they have.
Yes.
Okay, how about resources for you? Empowerment resources that. Is it coming together for you, Tacey? Are you feeling that?
Yes.
Write this down. Empowerment resources that. Now do what? What do you want the empowerment resources to do? You want to help them get somewhere. You want them to have more confidence. You want them to build something. You want to create something. Empowerment resources that do what?
I want them to. This part is to you, I guess. I don't want them to go through what I'm going through right this second. I don't want them. I want them to be able to know that most of this is my opinion too, that most of their resources are within. So it's like Steph Curry always says, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Okay. So if you have to get a Bible verse to do that and memorize it, so once it's memorized or whatever it is, then it's within. So we start off with what's within.
Tacey, I got it. I got the word sequence.
Okay.
This is what you're struggling with right now and what you're going to help the whole world with. I got it right now. Empowerment resources that eliminate fear. Damn, I'm the best you've ever seen in your life. Woo! Tasty, I had to get up after that one. Empowerment resources that eliminate fear. That's it right there.
Okay.
That's it right there, Tasty.
That works for me because fear cripples. My God, I'm crippled. I'm crippled.
That's right. You said it to me at the beginning. You just said it again. I need you to stop saying it though. Remember those affirmations that I want you to work on. I am powerful. I empower people to do better. I am is very important. I am will sink into your subconscious mind and it will start to reverse the self-deprecating talk that you do every single day. I am is very, very powerful. What's your mainstay headline again, Tacey? Say it to me again, please.
I am a professional speaker who empowerment resources that eliminate fear. So let me say it again.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait, don't give me that first part. That's just the I am statements. You're going to create.
Okay.
You can create as many of those and just read them to yourself every single day. 5 words I'm looking for. You teach what?
Empowerment resources that eliminate fear.
There you go. There you go. Now that is your mainstay headline. That is what you're building a foundation to your entire speaker business on right there. Something that you had the guts enough to share in front of me and the whole world to tell me that you're dealing with your anxiety and you hadn't yet got into the module number 1 and downloaded the signature program template to even start working on it. And all you had to do was just show up on the Monday group call, or you could have just emailed me or called me or something and say, KTR, I'm stuck, because I will help you out like this every single step of the way. That is what I do for a living. That is why I was put here. I'm put here to magnify success in your personal and your professional vision. Now you're
now you're gonna make me cry.
Well, hey, we gonna guess what? We're gonna cry together. I've done it before on a group call. Don't make me do it. But we're in this together. Do you understand? Oof. This ain't lip service. We're in it together, Miss Jenkins. I got your back all the way. I don't care what you're going through. I've been there before. Everybody on the world know what it feels like to be afraid. Now what you're doing is, watch this. Anything in life you do not meet with greater or equal force, Tacey, it's going to control you, dominate you, steamroll right over top of you. Now what you're going to do, you got a signature program now that's part of your legacy. This is why you was put here on this earth. The very thing you're struggling with, you're going to get it under control, and you're going to go out and change the world and help people deal with their fears. Empowerment resources that eliminate fear.
Okay.
I've never come up with a word sequence like that before in my life, but out of your pain, we came up with something that's going to help change the world. And that's all you got to do through the rest of the signature programs. Tacey, that's all you got to do. Now, you headed in the right direction now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I love you and we believe in you, all right?
Okay.
And it's
love
just
you
that
too.
simple.
Thank you for sticking with me from day one.
You're very welcome. And we ain't going nowhere. I'll be here every Monday group call. If you want to ask me a question every day, you're more than welcome to. Don't worry about it. This is just the beginning. I'm glad you're feeling better about it. Listen, you got to attack the fear instead of letting the fear attack you. You got to live life instead of life living you. All right. You wake up tomorrow morning with a brand new attitude about everything. And listen, activity is what allows you to get up off your ass and do something so you can attack. Don't ever sit back. Don't ever sit back and get attacked. You got to get active. And getting active on those signature programs is going to allow you to deal with the fear that you've had with the technology and the platform and everything you're going through. Now you can get out of your own way. Hey, listen, you just got to break through. Build on the momentum to take advantage of it. Okay?
I really did. I really did. It was a fight. It was a fight with my own self.
Yep.
To be on here today. I mean, we talking about blows.
Yep. Oh, we all been there before. Hey, listen, just everybody's chiming in on the chat box.
Okay.
Hey, Tia said, hey, yep, he will help you. Tia said she was all over the place. I helped Tia with her signature programs. I think this is her 5th submission, but she's going in the right direction now, and her signature programs are coming together. See, sometimes you want to beat yourself up because you don't feel like you're doing your best. Now you got a mainstay headline. You got a direction. Now go in there and create 4 signature programs with the titles. I'll send you the link. I'll get on the session with you so we can wrap your signature program so you can get on the other side of it so you can attack something else. Okay?
All right.
All right,
Okay,
Chase.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Anything you need. Very welcome. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I love it when the students get the breakthrough. And I don't have my I don't have my light out here, but we get ready to shut this down right now. Hey, Mr. Troyer, can you step in here real quick? Where's my
Yes,
light?
sir. What's going on? Can you hear me?
Hey, Troyer, you see me? I'm still out here by the fire pit, bro.
I see it's dark.
I know. Look, I turned my light on to my phone so you could. But I don't even care about the light, man. I don't care. I love what we do, bro. Hey, listen, man. This is why we created this platform, bro. So we could help people every single day. You know, I got to get your opinion about that, man. You know, because like I don't even know if you and I talked about this when we sat down, you know, at the Silver Diner that day when we first created, literally Speaker Focus just came to us and you reserved the domain name and we've been growing ever since. You know, did you ever think that people was gonna call us like family, bro? I mean, like,
Well, I did expect it. Yeah, I did expect it just because I knew, you know, what kind of leader you were and how you treated, you know, me and the rest of the, you know, the customers you've had in the past and, you know, everyone around you. That's just you know, that's just you know, the people that you care about, you, even if they, you know, aren't really family, you treat them like family and you make them feel that way. And it's just, it seems like it's, you know, the best way to do anything, you know. It just you know, for me and you, like, and you know, and the Speaker Focus team and our customers, when you categorize someone as a family, you know, it changes the way you think about the relationship dramatically. And yeah, I think it's you know, it's what we want to keep doing for the rest, you know, the rest of the time we're in business and we're alive. Is the people that we care about, you know, bring them up and help them grow like you would a family member.
Yeah, absolutely. One last question, Austin, and I like to be able to get your opinion about these kind of things because you know, when it comes to the technical part, I know that, you know, obviously, you know, Jeff Bezos has a large influence on how we do things at Speaker Focus, because you know, his goal from day one was to be, you know, customer centric. And we model that, you know, just controlling the customer experience, creating the best customer experience. Why has that has such a heavy influence on you, and where do you get that kind of family vibe from, bro? Because I'm telling you, you know, I just don't extend my hand to everybody asking to be partners with me, but like, where does that family vibe come from with you, and why is that so important to you to follow that model of Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the biggest reason is that it's best for everyone long term. You know, in the short term, it probably doesn't make the most money. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't make your profit go up. It doesn't, you know, it actually might lose you a lot of money in the short term because, you know, you're doing things that won't pay off for a while. You know, building relationships with people that you care about and you know, like you've mentioned this story before when, you know, we first met, you know, I immediately recognized some weaknesses that you had in your marketing and everything. I didn't immediately say, hey, yo, Kev, this is what you need to fix. It's going to be $10,000. I just went in there and fixed it for free. And
Right.
you know, if we weren't thinking like long term, if we weren't thinking about, you know, helping each other out, you know, we just wouldn't be where we're at. And that's what Jeff Bezos thinks about with all of his customers. You know, he's not going to try to make you pay the most money. When you want a refund, he's not going to try to fight you on it. You know,
Right.
I just, the other day, I ordered, it was like $130 of beef jerky on accident. I didn't even realize it did it. Like one click to my, and I refunded it, and they're just like, here's your money back. Immediately came into my account like within a couple of days, and then they just let me keep all of it. And I've pretty much every refund I've done with Amazon in the last month, they've just given me my money fully, and let me keep the product as well. I didn't have to send it back. So
Right.
like if they weren't thinking long term, if they weren't treating their customers like they're the most important thing, like their family,
Right.
they would just be keeping your money and taking more and more as much as possible. So without doing without sacrificing in those areas. So that's I think that's what what it really means is sacrificing and thinking long term. The biggest thing is long term.
Absolutely. And this is the reason why we do what it is that we do. So I just want to get you in here and just ask you those few questions, man, because I know a lot of your leadership comes from the experiences that you've been through and the books that you read and the ideology. I mean, you definitely have us on a great track, from a technology standpoint, and you do it all the time. I mean, this is one of the reasons why, I have to let all of you know that, I had to learn a brand new business when I met Auston, and it was not easy. It's still not easy for me. I'm admitting it to you right now. It is very difficult when you're old school I don't need to be Auston, but I need to think more like him. Right. And he's on my ass all the time because we're brothers. We're accountable to each other. I just don't wake up every day and do whatever it is that I want to do in this business. I got partners, right? And I have to follow his direction. And if you want to be smart about it, and you want to be able to grow and build the right way, and you're not letting your ego get in the way, then you're gonna listen to people that know. And when we don't know, we can find out the answer for you. But when it comes to our business, we spend a lot of long hours making sure that we put the very best product in front of all of you to make sure that we can create the best customer experience. And a lot of ways that Auston thinks, I've become a better entrepreneur by working with him, just like he has with me. And this is the reason why you want to be around people that's smarter. You want to be around people that's you need mentors. We all need coaches. We all need a sense of leadership and direction in our lives. And we don't mind doing this at all. Over delivering for most is difficult, but this is just what me and Auston are. This is who we are, and this is the way we love to be able to deliver value. And I'm just getting back to something that Auston said, and we can wrap the group call. When you look at people with the way Amazon, refunds the money and the service, and you can actually get somebody on the phone and things of that nature, all of this kind of stuff. People who try to beat you out your money, they're not interested in really helping you at all. They're not interested in over delivering. They're not interested in taking the time to build that relationship with you. They just do the total opposite. And I want all of our students to know this right now, and I'll end the session. There's so much noise and weak products in the marketplace. All you got to do is just be a person of your word, and you will stand out above and beyond everybody else in your space, because everybody else is just doing it the total opposite of what we do at Speaker Focus or what Amazon is doing. Everybody's asking for the money up front. Nobody's really trying to build relationships. You got everybody and their mother trying to be a speaker or a speaker coach. Just because these platforms are there doesn't mean you're necessarily good at it. Doesn't mean you actually know how to run a real business. So they're going for the money, and they're running real short on value. Me and Auston saw that, and you take advantage when you see it in your space. And that's what I want all of you to do, because you're damn sure talented enough, and you sure as hell are intelligent enough, and we got the resources for you to be able to do it pertaining to your speaker business. We're happy to grow with you. Austin, thank you so much, bro, for taking us to places with that I literally, and I got a real big imagination. Thank you for taking us places that I just simply didn't think that we were going to be. And we keep revamping and we keep growing and getting to a whole nother level. And I'm so happy because we get a chance to create even a better customer experience. And you are a large part of that process of helping me understand what I'm supposed to be able to do to be the very best coach that I can be. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the staff here at Speaker Focus and CTO Auston Troyer, and my brother, my business partner, I am Kevin T. Robertson, CEO of SpeakerFocus.com, proud to bring you these kind of sessions every single time. We aren't going anywhere. We're going to be here. Lifetime membership, lifetime access on the Speaker Focus platform, 24-hour technical and soft skills support, and you get a chance to ask questions on the Monday group call. I just don't know where else you want to be if you're trying to grow a speaker business, and we're proud to have you. Look forward to working with you all. Take care, and I love you. Talk to you real soon.